Come on in, Josh.
Had to kiss me on the mouth.
We haven't even started yet, so it's going to be a while.
Welcome to the show.
We're streaming.
What's that?
We're on the pregame show, Billy.
That's what that means?
I think that's what it means. It's the first time he's ever used like fancy technology
That's
wording
where he just
like
kind of
that.
has me lost. I'm gonna assume that's it.
Streaming.
We're
streaming. Welcome to the Friday Night Fish Talk pregame show with Captain Billy and myself, Gary Bartell. So we're pre-gaming.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yep, there it is.
This is the part of the show where we're just going to keep on rambling and rambling.
Until somebody says something.
And you guys can ask us anything that you would like.
Fishing related, typically.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
This is going to be a real quick pre-game show. We're going to get to the actual show here soon, but we're going to let everyone start logging on and say our hellos. And so as soon as Sean figures out how to post the comments once again. Oh, there it is. Mike Dunning. Hey, we can't wait to see you. Oh, he's coming Thursday. 2 days of
pre-game.
Scouting. Yeah.
Huh?
Pre-gaming, yeah.
2
There you
days
go.
of
Good job.
Glad to see that.
He's staying over there at the campground.
Quite a few people out there doing some scouting, so.
Have they been ever able to see the weather yet? What the weather's going to be?
Sean said it's off limits. It looked pretty decent. It was like 60.
A lot better than today.
Now, as a kayaker, would you rather it super cold or, let's say, 75?
Super cold, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's super cold for me.
If I have to work for those fish, I don't want to sweat for it.
Yeah.
And anytime there's a tournament, I want it to be the hardest
What's happening,
conditions in the world.
What up, Jessica?
You want it to be what?
Hard.
Yeah?
For everybody.
Interesting.
Last year was tough. Didn't a lot of people complain, or not complain, but said that it was kind of tough fishing.
So when it comes to the showdown, I see Brian Sims over here commenting on this. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to keep it to be comparable to each other, or
Yeah,
you guys...
Brian, we'll provide a poll for the showdown. So, and we're not even sure if it's going to be a fishing poll. We were talking about
a game poll.
Yep, yeah, we were talking about a different kind of poll to kind of spice it up a little bit. See who can go upside down and twirl down, and
I'd win that if I was available.
Who was last
Only
week's
for money.
contestant? Does anyone remember? Is it Jerry? Jerry Rose? Was that the name?
I don't know. You accused him of being on here twice?
I didn't accuse him.
Okay. Downstairs.
And then this week on Shasty McNasty.
I just read it like 20 minutes ago.
It was Dallas. Dallas King.
No,
Dallas
it wasn't.
Queen. Sean said it was Dallas Queen.
It was a Dallas, but I don't know if it was a Jack King or Queen.
Hi, Laura. All right, so last chance, guys, if you have, or ladies, if you have any questions, ask them now while you have our full attention so we can stop rambling and get on to the show.
Or maybe some attention later, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. I'm excited about tonight's topic, too.
I am too.
Because it's something that none of us know about except Gene.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Pole
Sort
dancing?
of.
Nailed it.
Sean, let's get on
Made a
with the
buck or two
show.
in my time.
Hold on.
Billy knows a lot about pole dancing.
Actually, Billy,
I've made a couple bucks in my day.
Dallas Halis.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
I
Brian.
knew it was a Dallas. Apparently that's not a top suit there.
We got Dallas in the chat. Let's bring Dallas up.
Congratulations on the other night's winnings.
I'm really excited for the showdown.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Zach William, any secret fishing spots? Yes, we're going to name all of them tonight.
I'll be happy to give you the coordinates next week.
We're going to make it fair across the board.
I'm going to give you two of his.
Gene said
he's giving up yours,
now,
Zach.
aren't you giving
okay
up
with that.
20 fishing spots tonight? Did you not make that
I'm just
statement?
saying
Look
there's
at that
20
jaw, like,
spots within a mile of here that you can catch that tournament-winning fish.
John, can we get a clarification? Because I thought I saw he's going to be saying 20 fishing spots. Or maybe it was how you answered it that I thought that.
Can we do a screenshot real quick of the map, maybe? I might do that. I got a gag for Gene over here.
Hey,
I don't hide anything.
Ken's got a serious question.
Yeah,
Where the Reds at, Captain Billy?
Where the Reds?
So I'm going to base my answer off of your answer, so I want to hear your answer.
Honestly, where I have been seeing a good amount of reds are in the strip of islands in between St. Martin's and Fish Creek. I have actually seen a decent amount of reds, and not quite Head Creek, but pretty close to it. There's another little cut that I've been watching the same tournament-sized redfish for 3 tours today.
So super easy paddle distance from here.
Very
for the
one,
tournament.
yeah. For that one is very quick. And I saw him 3 different tours today.
Gotcha. So what I was going to bring up, and then we're going to answer Ty's question. What I was going to bring up, if you guys ever hear Billy say, "I don't know," then just, you got to imagine that they're in dark, deep water.
That is not wrong. If I'm not seeing them throughout the day, that's the only spot they can be.
Because this past week, it's been,
Yeah.
I mean, grass has been sticking up, and
As shallow as it is, the only thing left over is dark, deep waters.
Yeah.
Main chain. For the tides like we had today, that's where I found them.
I think Louie has the answer too, Sean. But Ty, so the reef. Yep. Let's switch over to the Florida Marine Tracks real quick. This is the reef, Ty. Now, the St. Martin's Aquatic Preserve Reef covers 28,000 square acres, so it's a little bigger than this area. But when you hear us refer to the reef, this is what we're talking about.
Yep, it's the St. Martin's Keys that are out there. Consists of Sand Key, Tank Island, Pelican Island, a few others out there.
And Billy, I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Why is it considered a reef?
For the sponge and coral that is down there on the bottom itself.
Living life forms.
Yep, a lot more than just your swimmers. Yeah. Otherwise, it's called a river.
I still think
Or
it went
sterile.
over your head, boys.
That's no swimmers. Swimless.
The ones that drown. All right, let's get on with the show.
Beyond the woods, down the twists and the turns, through the marsh lies the knowledge needed to fish the nature coast.
Dude, it came all the way out of the water.
This is Friday Night Fish Talk.
Welcome to Friday Night Fish Talk.
Yep. As I spill your drink. All right, cheers to the actual part of the show.
There it is.
Welcome to Friday Night Fish Talk. Captain Billy and myself, Captain Gear. We've got Captain Louie over there, the Bush Home Services
there.
Tackle Table Talk, presented by Bush Home
Hi,
Services.
Louie.
Where you going?
Look at all those green dankos. And then over
They
here
are
on our
right.
right, we've got the world famous Captain Gene Miller and
And
Zach.
Zach.
Nice to meet you.
That guy.
Captain Zac Zachary, the man, the myth, the legend.
Citrus County famous.
So tonight's episode, Billy, we're going to be talking about kayak fishing.
Exciting.
You know
Very
why
exciting.
we're going to be talking about kayak fishing?
Some fishing for dough tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
No, because it's the time to go kayak
Oh, yeah,
fishing.
that's right.
The cold fronts, all the fish are moved up front.
They are right next to, well, halfway mark of going to find fish.
That's it. But we are going to be talking about, because the ho fishing for dough kayak tournament, we're going to be getting to that here soon. So we did confirm, by the way, this is the largest payout for an inshore kayak fishing tournament on the Gulf Coast side of Florida in history that we've recorded so far.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. So what was the highest paid offshore one?
It was a blue marlin, something like $15,000. Yeah. So
I don't think we're beating that this year.
no.
Unless y'all know where some marlin are.
Wasn't there one caught at the Spoil Banks, the Mythco? Oh no, it was a sailfish.
There's sailfish, and
Still.
that was just to the north of Ozello,
Really?
Chris River side of Ozello.
So was it real or?
Oh yeah,
I mean, the video looked real.
no, it was legit top water.
That's awesome.
Once in a while.
Sail cat.
No, it was a sailfish.
Sailfish. Okay, sailfish.
With a bill.
Sailfish.
All right. So our friends over at Phillips, Billy, they hosted a toy drive,
Yes.
and from what I've heard, it was a a
huge.
toy 4x4 drive.
Yeah, it was a Toys R Us at the end.
Yeah, they had a great turnout. Car show, the whole digs.
Yeah, that is too cool.
Yeah, those guys and girls over there, they, like we've said before, they made a commitment to our community with this with our kayak tournament. They support us on the show.
Absolutely.
But they obviously support their community as well. So, I consider them a part of our community. They treated Zac
close enough
great,
today.
Louie's dad, Vinny great. I mean, sending all of our friends and customers over there. Everyone has nothing but 5 stars to say about them. So, thank you very much, Phillips Auto Group. It's Toyota. See if you remember, actually.
I think there was, as you said, Toyota, GMC, there's Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or does that all fall under Chrysler? They're all there.
They're all there.
Yeah.
Lambos.
Buick.
What?
They have Lambos?
Go Phillips if you have a Lambo.
Do they even make Lambos anymore?
Probably.
Do they?
That's a bit out of my
Sean
price
confirmed,
range to
yes.
even, look into.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Sean
there it is.
Sean said he has
Yeah,
one.
Hot
so.
Wheels. Cool stuff.
Brody has that same one.
In green.
All right, so now, Billy, let's talk about the kayak tournament.
Yeah. Pretty excited for this tournament.
Me too, man. It's grind week for us.
It is.
A lot of
Got
setup,
to go.
a lot of finalizing little details. I mean, let's take a second and hold on. Look at there.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
111. That is a heck of a show.
$6,000 in toys raised.
That
3
is
truck
awesome.
beds of toys. That's Don Wolf.
Yeah.
Wow. Over there at Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
That's a show out right there. That's pretty cool.
Damn, I'm impressed. I kind of put the ho 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 to shame for now.
For the moment.
For now.
Yeah, for the moment.
For now.
Way to
We're
be,
making
though.
headway. All right, so Sean, let's throw the flyer up here real quick for the kayak tournament. Let's kind of go through everything, Billy. First of all, sponsors, thank you guys so much. Without you,
We're going to need a whole show dedicated to naming the amount of sponsors that bought into this. I mean, it was too cool to see everybody come together.
oh yeah, Bree's been working her butt off to make all these sponsor appreciation posts and stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I see her grinning. I'm going to tell
I think
Bree.
I think this is the 5th revised one we've seen. Every time we
Easily 5th.
pull it up, there's just a whole nother list. It's too cool.
I put my phone on mute this time. Yeah. No, I mean $3,500 first place prize.
Cash.
Second place $750. That's typically I think $750 or $500 is like a first place prize.
Right.
And then you've got the Phillips Auto Group surprise category, which it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
I
lot
like
of
that
fun.
there's 2 surprise categories in this tournament.
Yep.
Thanks for upping the antes. fellas.
Yeah. And then our surprise category, which, like I
still
said,
don't even know what
there's
it is.
only been one other time in history that this category has been brought up. So,
I like it.
but then, so here's what a lot of people don't know is this is not just a kayak tournament. We're also having a festival.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, gonna have live music here. Gonna have a beer garden.
Marker 48 Beer Garden,
Oh, yes.
the food truck,
Yep. Gonna have some food. We're gonna have everything. It's
giveaways,
Yeah.
tons of giveaways.
raffles and giveaways.
Gilbert's Hardware, they're giving a brand new chainsaw, still chainsaw. Bahio sunglasses.
Yeah.
We had Johnny Page go.
A couple of pairs of Bahias.
Yeah, he
going
came
out.
and bought a pair of sunglasses just to donate them for a raffle.
Yeah.
We're going to do a one-item silent auction, which we have a guest auctioneer.
I like
and
it.
we have a special guest, the same special guest, auctioneer, and announcer for that day. I'm telling you, if there was no music, if there was no food, no beer garden, no raffles, it would be worth it just to come here and listen to this guy.
Well, don't forget about the fishing trips, too.
Oh, yeah.
Fishing trips, yeah. Well, that's part of this package.
That's what I'm saying. The
So-
raffling, the...
I think we have 4 charters
Yep.
in raffle.
Let's see.
3 of them in here, missing Carter.
4. Yeah,
Yeah.
4.
His jeans got one for second place and a raffle.
And a raffle.
Yeah,
Zach,
Zach and Louie.
Louie, Carter. And then
Just keeps growing. It's too cool.
it does. It does. So Eco Outfitters. They're donating one of those super cool
yes.
coolers.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Help me out here, Sean.
That's a huge list.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it a raffle or like an auction type thing?
so we have one auction item, but it's a big package. So it's a bunch of this stuff, which I think your charter is included in this
bundle.
overall auctioneer.
Gotcha.
And then that special guest auctioneer and announcer, he is going to be the one bidding this up.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and then we have a bunch of raffles and everything else. Besides that, it's all for the kids. It really is.
Yeah, all proceeds.
But we're bringing the fun to bring proceeds to the kids.
Yeah.
Now, we finalized the deal with the Citrus County Sheriff's Office. So originally we were going to work with the school resource officers, and we were trying to figure out how we were going to do this.
How to get it all distributed.
What we decided was we were going to donate. Now, we have a lot of private families that due to
Rough circumstances.
rough circumstances, but due to privacy acts, we
Oh,
can't
yeah.
say too much about it. But the better part of the proceeds are going to go to the Shop with a Cop program,
Nice.
which is awesome. I mean, they take these kids that, like we said all along, first and foremost, they deserve a little extra holiday joy. So these deputies and detectives, they take these kids
That's
to a
awesome.
Toys R Us or whatever is out there,
Let's
and
go
they
shopping, kid.
personally shop with them.
That's awesome. Because
Yeah.
last year was great. We got everybody fishing equipment. Now it's for them to pick what they want.
Pick what they want. Pick
That's
what they
cool.
deserve.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
Very
and
nice.
then there's a lot of other stuff happening in Ozello. We're going to fly through this, and then we're going to
Yep.
get to fishing, kayak fishing.
Have a pretty cool arts and crafts
We
festival.
have the Arts and Crafts Festival. That's
Oh,
right.
is
Yep.
that one.
There it is. Blue Crab Arts and Crafts Festival. That starts tomorrow. I was just down there where they let us put up some signs for the tournament. Tons of vendors. They've got food trucks. Going to be a lot of fun.
Seems like a good turnout so far. Already got folks walking the streets waiting on it.
Yeah. Zach was pulling. He's like, what's going on in Ozello?
Yeah,
There's a
almost
bunch
said
of
two
people
people.
walking around. All right, last thing, the Nature Coast Showdown at Plantation
Yes.
this coming Thursday, 6
Yeah.
days away. So the last contestant is going to be picked tonight right here on Friday Night Fish Talk.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah, figure out who number 8 is going to be.
We're working with our friends over there at We Be Tailin'. They've got their 4. We have 3, and the 4th is going to be chosen tonight. Now, to be eligible to be that 4th or 8th contestant, you must share this live feed right now.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Like and share it all.
Like, share, comment, post, whatever it may be, but share. So if you do get your name drawn on the Reel of Fortune and you did not share this live feed, you will not be eligible to win, and we'll have to spin it again.
Yep. And have to be available for the actual showdown itself.
And you have to confirm. So you have to stay
Yeah.
with us, and you have to confirm that you will be there next Thursday.
Otherwise, it gets spin again.
That's it. All right. So that being said, let's go to Catch of the Week, because I want to see what all was caught this week, so we can kind of compare notes with what's the kayak fishing game plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week.
Well, those were technically caught,
What would you consider? Would that be caught or
shot.
shot of the week?
Yeah, that was a shot of the week.
That's old Charlie
Way to be.
Hammond, and I think Devin. That's the other guy's name, if I saw on Instagram correctly. So
Happy to see him getting out there in that 66-degree water.
yeah,
Whoa.
I would confidently say the only person crazy enough to go spear fishing is
Himbo.
Charlie from Fish Stick Spear Guns.
There's a full pegboard,
Yeah, that
looking
is.
good.
That is Captain Jacob with Fish Show Zello. There's my guys from today.
Captain Jerry tearing it up out there.
You know Jerry?
Oh, I just met the guy.
Oh, well, that guy's name's Jerry.
Oh, no.
That's what threw me off. I was like, oh, I didn't know he was a captain. And then there's Brian Hammer,
That's a big one.
Brody Photobomb.
That
Love
is
it.
a big old fat grouper there.
That looks like
Those
flounder.
two in the middle.
Oh, yeah. There's Captain G. Miller with one of our favorite
old Mr. Quaid.
from HPA Shrimp Company.
It was good to see you guys
That was
get
a
out
good
there
day
and tear
y'all
it
had.
up.
Yeah, we had a really good day.
Yeah. You said he caught that perfect tournament one after you had the 2 keepers already.
Yep. Already had it in the bag.
Save them for the weekend.
Is that Carter?
That is Carter Wad.
Tug-alicious. Wah, 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 wah,
He likes that
wah.
Gatorade, doesn't he?
Was he? What'd you say?
So he likes that Gatorade, doesn't he?
It's just not his truck.
Whole back bed of the truck.
Oh my God. Is it Gatorade?
I don't know. Just see a bunch of orange lids.
That is a nice old slob grouper.
Yeah, that was Commissioner Jeff Kennard's sister Kim. First grouper she's ever caught too, by the way.
Nice. Nice snook.
There we go. Jessica's husband getting it done. Who's that guy?
The old bearded wonder.
Ugly.
Pretty red, pretty red.
There's Miss Laura Lott. They're loving that canoe life.
Yes, they are. Getting out there and using it.
Now, if that was Dakota's weight scale, is that a 62-pound grouper?
The hangover on that thing, my goodness. Good size fish.
That is a big old grouper. Right around the corner.
Yep.
Right.
Always
around
doing
the
good off that
corner.
dock.
I didn't know she was a Knowles fan though.
I think a bird pooped on her hat or
So
something.
delicious again.
That was a group trip with Jacob too.
That was it. No, the group trip today. Look at that
Nice.
sheep's head in the middle,
Yep.
top middle.
Good day.
There's Rick. Nice trout.
Trouting it up.
If I were them, I would tow the canoe
Theo,
Like out to the reef and go
with
play.
the skiff and
Yeah.
then fish out of it.
you said we couldn't do that.
Who is this? Captain
No, not for
Theodore.
the tournament, just in general.
Not-
But we couldn't do that. Out there on his.
Yeah, so this was Captain Carey Gibson with Forest to Sea, which is a really cool YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
they just filmed something right here in Ozello, Florida.
Came out gigging with our very own Carey Gibson.
Yeah, they-
Southern Slam outfit.
They stayed over at our cottage and went on an airboat tour with you,
They did.
right?
Yeah, pretty cool. Very nice folks.
Shiloh. That's
Like, it all looks familiar, but I didn't
It's
put two
kind
and
of
two
blurry,
together
so
that
I
you
couldn't
actually
tell
get
at
days
first.
off to go fishing.
so that is our very own producer Sean's daughter Shiloh. She's a little slower in a foot race than I am. We proved it. But that's Sean's new Hell's Bay. Now that Hell's Bay, he actually bought that from Emerald, the famous
The
chef.
chef. Yep.
Bam!
What a dinghy
what I'm
he
talking
had.
Yeah, well, does he do the stuff?
Yeah, and then bam!
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
No, not that guy. Yeah, not Salt Bay. Not this guy, no.
Oh, not him?
All right, guys. So that was the Extreme Decalz Catch of the week. So I
Glad to
saw a
see
lot of
that.
big redfish,
Yeah, glad to see that out
a
there.
lot of big trout, a lot of perfect 19.
That's what we're looking for. Yep.
Have you
Just
guys
under
seen-
that mat.
Have you gotten into any like big trout yet?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, last week. Every day we landed, I would say 2 or 3 that were over 22.
Nice. Very
I just
nice.
let all those go, though.
It
Yeah.
kind
Breeders.
of looks like they need to book a trip with Captain Gene this week so that they can figure out where to go catch fish.
That's what I would do.
Honestly.
That's exactly what I do. But we'll get into that here soon because that is a very good game plan there. All right, so
Look alive, Louie. Look alive.
speaking of Extreme Decalz and the Catch of the Week, let's go to a quick commercial break and let's show everyone what part of what Extreme Decalz can do.
It'd take a whole episode for Extreme Decalz.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Gary, what you doing? As nice as that sounds, what if we went and did something a little more custom? Do you know anybody that might be able to make a switch panel like this?
Let's go talk to Brian.
I think Brian would be a good idea for that.
Oh, let's go.
It'd be sweet.
Oh, Brian. Hey, man.
What's up, brother?
Got a cardboard cutout. Can you make it into something for me?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. What?
This is our dash panel complete. Just wanted to throw a huge shout out to Brian up there at Extreme Decalz. Nailed it. This is exactly what I had envisioned when I drew literally a cardboard cutout for this to become a true dash piece and showpiece at the same time. Thank you very much, Brian. I'm super stoked to see this thing on the water.
Hey guys, Captain Louie here with Tackle Table Talk presented by Bush Hemp Services. We're going to talk about kayak fishing tonight. Not something I do a lot. Something that...
You told me you were the pro.
What's that? Well, that's your problem. That's that better? What do you want me to do?
Just
Can you hear me?
let me see this real quick. Hold on.
Technical difficulty.
Hold on. All right. Nope.
Sean, I thought you did a mic check earlier.
I know.
Yeah.
Sean, this is a producer's problem.
How's that?
I'm the talent.
Better?
Is this better? Okay. Rick Largell, how was the grouper bite today? Gary. Go ahead, Gary. Tell him how it was. Gary.
Shallow water, it was tough. Good. That's all mine.
He said it was tough. It wasn't tough for me, Rick. Don't worry about it.
In shallow water, Louie.
So we're going to talk about kayak fishing. I used to kayak fish a lot as a kid. I got a little lazy as time went along. So did Zach. He can say that.
You plugged in.
We like the motor.
Don't mind me. Just keep talking.
Um,
Nope, wrong one. Try the other side.
So, he's touching me. How am I supposed to? Whenever I was kayak fishing, I wanted to take everything, just minimize everything that I had in my boat as far as rods, tackle, bait. You're gonna want to use. Do you want me to stop? You're gonna want to use the least amount of tackle you can. Don't have a lot of room in the kayak, obviously. So we kind of set up some rods as far as what we would use. 3-4 poles. 3-4 poles. One with a jig head on it. One with where you can put a shrimp on a jig head with that. One where you could use just a regular old J-hook, a 2-3-aught J-hook. You could use it as a live bait rig for mud minnows. You could use a live bait rig for pinfish. You could use it as a nose hook jerk bait. You could use it. You could, if it's super, super shallow, which is where you guys are going to want to be most of the time. You don't want that jig head hitting the water all the time, making that big loud bang. Sometimes you're going to want just a hook, 15-pound fluoro in the water. Nothing crazy. As far as something that I was supposed to talk about for kayak safety, Billy says it all the time. If there's a boat coming towards you, you need to get kind of over there to the side. What is your terminology?
Just play outside of the channel.
Yeah, outside of the channel.
Prop in the water, stay out of the channel.
He told me earlier that you can hear him, but he can't hear you.
That's a good point. Make yourself visible.
Yeah, that too.
Exactly. I mean, if you're in a kayak, you need to have something with a little bit of a bright color on it, whether it be a flag or whatnot. I was also told not to read this word for word. See that? Bree told me not to read it. Kayakers must have a Coast Guard approved PFD in serviceable condition available inside the kayak. It says you don't need a Class 2 or Class 3, just a regular Class 1 works. You also need a sound-producing device, whether that be a bell, horn, or whistle.
Gun works too.
And when kayaking between sunset and sunrise or during periods of reduced visibility, fog, rain, haze, etc., a white light is required. So in the morning when you're going out, you're going to need some kind of white light on your boat. They make a little pole with a white light on top of it, and that is the best best way to do that. What does that say? Captain Louie, what is your favorite bird of Central Florida? I'm so glad you asked, Ozello Keys Marina. My favorite bird of Florida is...
Great white American pelican.
The black-crowned night heron. You ever seen one?
Which one is it?
This one right here.
Yeah.
It's a very cool bird. Hangs out on my boat every morning.
Is that a male or a female, though?
I don't know.
Which one is it?
I don't know.
Hand behind it.
I got a lot of stuff going on here, people.
So that's your favorite bird.
This is the one right here.
Why is that your favorite bird, though?
I don't know. He's got beady little eyes.
It's got a crown.
He's a cool dude.
No,
Likes to sit on my machine when I get in, and he doesn't poop on it.
that's mighty nice.
Yeah. The pelicans, though, they poop all over the
I was
place.
going to say, what is your least favorite bird?
Definitely a pelican.
Over a cormorant?
Oh, 100%.
What?
Pelicans poop on your boat. Cormorants just swim around and
Steal
eat
your
your
bait.
bait.
That's true. All right.
What else?
God,
we got?
pelican poop. Oh
Let's
my
talk
goodness.
about
Let's
tack.
go over there for that.
Yeah. All right, Billy. So,
What?
Louie, you set up 4 rods over here.
Yep.
All easy to use, kayak fishing,
Simple.
shallow water, simple.
For sure.
Why simple?
I mean, you got to think about how you as a kayak angler, you're not going to be able to move around a whole lot, right? You're going to have to stay in one smaller location. So you're not going to want to have to, at that time, you're not going to want to spend a bunch of time tying rigs. You're not going to want to spend a bunch of time switching out colors and whatnot. This tournament is something where you're going to want to either use, a small amount of artificials, just a few types of live bait, nothing crazy at all. And that goes for every tournament. I mean, when I tournament fish, I usually bring jig heads, hooks, leader, and mud minnows and shrimp. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Couple soft baits.
I see a lot of kayak fishermen come in and out of this marina. And the one thing I've noticed, there's always that one kayaker that comes here that has a lure half the size of his kayak.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
has a bunch of bells and spinner baits and all
Those,
kinds of stuff on it.
those do show up every once in a
So
while.
when you're talking about simple, we have really shallow water here.
Yes.
So Billy, do me a favor, toss over one of those. Which one? They're all pretty much shallow stuff.
This is
but
going to be your shallowest runner.
That's a good one there. You gotta cast it to us. This is the fun part.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That tip.
You stay
This
on.
reminded me a lot of last week's.
You
Zach.
stay on the airboat.
That's why you use a really short rod in a kayak.
Is that the hook? All right.
This is something I was talking about. Versatile. You can fish it in 3 foot. You can fish it in 1 foot, and you can take this thing off and use this as for your bait rig as well. You can put shrimp on it. You can put cut bait on it. You can put that is me in a kayak. That is
Killing it too.
one of the biggest redfish you'll ever see caught in a kayak.
So you did kayak fish.
I did. I was very
I thought
good
it
at
was a bunch of BS at first.
No, I was the man. I won a kayak tournament with
You won a kayak in a kayak tournament. I
Yes,
heard.
I won a kayak in a kayak tournament by catching a 22-inch catfish.
Woohoo.
I know.
Wow.
I know. It was not my personal best, Sean. I'm sorry. Sometimes you don't have to do your personal best to win a tournament.
All right, free or nose hook.
Jerkbait. This one's got a lot of bites in it.
Goodness.
Trout, redfish. I like to use these if extremely slow this time of year. We're gonna have it's gonna be cold, so those deeper pockets, you can throw this thing in those deep pockets, let it sink to the bottom, give it a couple twitches. A lot of times they're gonna eat it, head first, as it's falling. Let that thing kind of suck that bait all the way down. A lot of times those bigger fish are going to take a second. You can watch them. Sometimes they'll what we call dog bone it and eat it from the side. Sometimes you can give them a second and they'll suck that whole bait down, and that's when you can.
That's when you set the hook like I'm about to.
Exactly. Please stop.
And you've got that rigged with a loop knot, right?
This is rigged with a loop knot, a simple loop knot.
Yep. All right, so let's do one more lure, and then let's talk about that lure.
The one on the top.
The Billy's Choice.
Yep. That fish bite, I guarantee. I guarantee the winner of the kayak tournament is going to catch their winning fish on a fish bite. I can tell you when I'm fishing the tournament, the only artificials I'm going to have in my box are fish bites.
Nothing but fish bites.
Nothing but fish bites.
What's nice about you, if you don't want to bring live shrimp,
take a fish bite.
Take a fish bite.
Next best thing.
For sure.
So your mom said that you won so much in the kid division. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Sean says, as a parent, it was embarrassing. All right, fish bites.
My life is comic relief. All right. So this is what we were introduced to about a year ago now. Just a fish bite shrimp. I think this one's called what? The Fighting
Shrimp, and that's
Fight Club.
Knockout.
This is the Haymaker. Thank you, Sean. Simple color, same thing as we fish, shrimp on a jig head on the bottom. It's going to be that exact same way. You're going to pretty much drag this thing, pop it on the bottom. It's probably going to work just as much as a shrimp on a jig head is, but you're going to be able to fish this a whole lot faster. You're going to be able to move a whole lot more. The pinfish aren't going to destroy this thing like they will a regular shrimp. I've fished next to my clients with this while they're using live shrimp, and I don't want to say I've outfished them, but I've definitely done just as well for sure. So if you're looking for something that you don't want to buy a ton of live shrimp in case you want to move quickly, this is going to be your bait for sure. We've got plenty of these here too as well.
Great. All right, real quick, and then we're going to get over to the fishing report. I want to talk about a lure that I would use. Zach, you can back me up on this. Billy, I know you're going to back me up.
Oh, for sure.
I hate all of you.
A love lure. All right. So we have a Black Friday sale for a love lure. Now tonight we're going to be talking about Billy's special love lure. This is Billy's love lure.
You hear that?
All right. So the bigger the better. All right. So all right. Now you all know a traditional love lure. Louie, do you know what a love lure is? I don't even know if they really make them anymore.
I'll say no.
Gene, you know what a love lure is, right? Not a lot of people.
That's hilarious. Look how red he is.
Not a lot of people.
There he is, love lure himself.
Not a lot of people know what love lures are, but Billy swears by it.
Clearly, it's an eggplant.
Yeah. Now, Billy has started making. Zach, I don't know if you heard about this. Billy has started making his own love lure. All right.
Dang.
So he tried when we went
okay.
fishing. He used a traditional love lure and he made it himself. They sell them in a two-pack, and a love lure is a monofilament, usually some little swivel tees, and then it's 2 jig heads and usually a white grub or a neon grub or something. So Billy took it one notch up. So he started with the Cajun Thunder, which makes a lot of sense. All right. Now he went to the neon. Can we get a zoom in on this real quick, Sean? So he likes to use the neon color, which is a great addition. A lot of glow, a lot of flash of the water. But then there's always that fish in the back that has a little bit more size. So Billy wants to make sure and get that fish. All right, now you can't leave a home without one of these. So Billy makes sure and he puts, what is it? A carabiner on his love lure rig.
That's just, it almost acts as a stringer. You just catch so many at this point.
Exactly, it really does. But then, if there's a pompano behind that, you want to make sure and get it with the pompano jig. All right? So
They love to
I
follow
don't even think
carabiners
I would
around.
have thought of that.
no, this is your special one. So, but I don't even know what this would really do. It said for trout.
It's a bucktail.
So bucktail. All right, you want to make sure and get all those bucks that we have out there.
And that last one.
Now, if you've ever fished with Billy, this last bait of choice is very important to bring when you fish with Billy. You never want to leave behind with a thing of TP. So every time we go fishing with Billy, he always makes sure that this is on the boat.
Can we get a full string and like see the whole thing? You got to go over there. Hold that. Hold your leveler up.
It's tangled now. So this is. Oh, there we go.
I mean, I usually at least take it out of the wrapper first. You know, if you really want to get the full wipe on.
Well, you don't want it to get wet while you're using it, though.
Does the cork stay floating with full of lure? Or is it
I don't know. We'd have to see.
Not in a heavy current, no.
All right, so let's put up Billy's Black Friday sale on Billy's special lure one more time, and then we're going to go to a quick commercial break and come back with Captain Gene Miller, Captain Zac Zachary's special guest for this evening. There it is.
At Phillips Toyota, we treat every customer like family.
That's why we developed the complimentary family plan.
Every new Toyota from Phillips Toyota comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty,
4 years free maintenance,
roadside assistance,
complimentary rental car.
customer loyalty discounts, and more.
It all adds up to a $3,000 advantage that we give you for no extra charge. Call, click, or come on by Phillips Toyota off 441 in Leesburg.
Or click phillipstoyota.com.
It's all the same color.
All right, guys. Captain Zac Zachary here with Captain Gene Miller on the Ayinde Matthews State Farm casting couch. So basically, Gene is going to go over, kayak fishing, real shallow water fishing for our area. Basically, where he's going to recommend, you guys go and target those fish. Are you going to go over baits and everything like that for target? Okay, cool. I'm going to go over a quick fishing report for the mud boat. Real quick, real basic. Guys, a lot of those fish are starting to move in with all the weather we've had. I've also heard my brother, he's a guide out of Chris River, Memphis, Zachary. He got a bunch of trout actually today, still out off of the outside mangroves, I'd say a mile to half mile out, anywhere right in there on that golden bottom. So they're still holding on that golden bottom, even though we're still getting cooler weather, but those fish will be moving in, within, I would say, the next week, 2 weeks. For your redfish, you're still catching them on the outside, but there's still a bunch of them on the inside. The sheep's head bite is absolutely fired up, and then the black drum bite is fired up. We're starting to get pompano here and there, so they should be coming in here in the next few weeks. And basically, fishing has been good all around, all last week. So, other than that, I'm going to let Captain Gene take it away for what you recommend doing for the tournament.
I was talking about earlier, just scaling everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Your weight. I wouldn't have any water on my shrimp. I'd keep them on ice. Mud minnows survive really heartily, so you can keep them in just a little bit of water. Everything about keeping your weight down, especially if you're like me, every little pound counts.
Sure.
And then, but you got, even with uses of the rods, I even go down to a 4 and 5 foot rod. I use an ugly stick a lot of times in a kayak just because it's going to be easier to land that fish. If you've got a 7, 6, 8 foot rod, you're going to get that longer cast. But when you come up to trying to land that fish and you've got the bow in it, you're in a kayak, it's unbalanced, it's just to make things a lot simpler. Try to break down. There is literally, they're going to quote me on here, there's literally 20 spots within a mile of OKM that has deep water, oyster bars, a pass for it to go through. Break that areas down, pick you 2 or 3 spots to go to, and just fish those spots. If you've seen the fish in there before, they're going to be there, whether they're up tight to shore, they move out to that little bit deeper water, and that water turns on, you want to be in the current, fishing with them. And try to remember how, especially when you're shallow, you want to be courteous to the fish, because you can spook them in a kayak just as easy as you can a boat.
Sure.
I like to start 100 yards off from where I think they're going to be. Cast into it, because you never know if they're pulled out or not.
Mm-hmm.
make that few casts in that area, get a little bit closer, get a little bit closer.
Just ease into it.
Ease into them really well. The cooler weather, a lot of times they like to not eat anything. They don't want to turn their head at nothing that's moving or anything. So I'll take that deadest. Come on, man. It's like, come on down. I'll take the deadest, stinkiest shrimp I've got sometimes. You know, I'll try everything else first, but if they won't eat anything else, throw that dead shrimp out there and let it set. And try to remember that the fish are always going to be facing into the current. You know, so when you're casting, you don't want to be casting at their ass. You want to be casting where the bait's naturally will be coming into.
Sure.
Doing stuff like that. Along with the stealth, let's all be courteous out there with the tournament. There's a 50-foot rule that you need to be within 50 foot of everybody. Everybody's going to have their secret spots. When you get out there, chances are there's going to be 2 or 3 people there already. A lot of the captains will all work together. You know, if you're working a school or something, hey, come in here, work that side. Talk to the people. You're in kayaks. It's not going to be noisy. Everybody just be friendly and have a good time out there. As far as artificial baits, the main forage right now, I mean, it's the live baits, their main forage is going to be mud minnows. The artificials, I'm going to go with fish bites or the DOA cow.
Gotcha.
Myself. I don't think they're going to be chasing a lot of moving baits, moving real fast. So I think the live baits myself is probably what's going to take it if it's not a fish bite.
And so if you're working when you're working your artificials, you're going to be working them really slow, though.
Really slow.
Really slow.
Really
Gotcha.
slow.
And then when you're approaching, like you were saying, you stay, you know, roughly 100 yards back is where you're going to start. Will you start throwing artificials at that 100 yards, and then once you work in there and you're like, okay, I think these fish here, is that when you're going to throw your live baits out, or are you going to throw live baits out from the 100 yards all the way in?
From the 100 yards all the way
Gotcha.
in. I like to throw a mud minnow out, put it in the rod holder, let it set, and then I'll work my shrimp on a jig head.
Gotcha.
Through the area.
And then for your mud minnows, I know I had Captain Carter on here the past 2 weeks, and he hooks his mud minnows on a jig head through the lips. And then I hook my mud minnow down towards the tail with a smaller hook so they can swim around. Which do you prefer? No, I don't. I just regular small hook is what I put mine on.
I use like a 2 or 3
Same.
circle hook most of the time. Now, if they're running out of the current a whole lot and I want to keep them in place, I'll use like a 16th ounce, Jim's jig or something like that. And I still nose hook them.
Yeah.
The only thing I like to tail hook is pinfish. I do like to kind of move them around a little bit better.
Nice.
Let's see. I got my handy dandy notebook
That's
just
perfect.
in case I don't forget anything.
No problem. And then now I've never fished on a kayak.
No.
Let alone fished a kayak tournament. I'm going to fish this one. How many rods are you bringing with you? 2, 3, 2?
2.
And then you just keep everything as light as you can get.
As light as possible.
Gotcha.
And I use a push pole a lot in the kayaks.
Oh, really?
That and with the solo skiff.
Well, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
Just kind of move around, and it's really handy if you've got the micro power pole.
No, I don't.
Get in those areas. And,
I don't even have.
and not spook anything.
I don't even have a kayak. I could borrow one from somebody.
It's hard to hold your position.
Gotcha.
On the fish, especially in something that light.
Now, do you carry a small anchor on there too?
Yes, I'll use one of the little 3-pound grapple.
Okay.
Grapple ones.
Gotcha.
Got that.
Nice.
It kind of sends you. Only bad thing about anchoring a lot of times, if the current gets really strong, sometimes you end up fishing backwards. To where you're wanting to,
now,
present them to the fish.
Are you fishing the tournament?
No.
If you were fishing the tournament, what ramp would you put it on?
OKM or John Brown.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a lot of good spots at the end ramp, straight out from the end ramp. And that's another good choice too.
That other Travis, I think's his name.
Travis,
he puts him down there. I see him catch a whole lot of fish down there.
He does.
And some nice ones as well.
Just send us another captain that does kayak.
Okay.
And stuff tours out there too.
I've never met her.
Water and shrimp, leaf and veins, Oh, a lot of guys like using the popping corks and stuff.
Yeah.
Great up in Yankeetown where the water's a little bit dirtier. But I found down here, if you downsize your leader, just go with the jig head and stuff, you're probably going to do a lot better.
Nice.
And especially if you got a couple rods out, it's just one more thing to get tangled up and messed up.
And then Gary, for the tournament, we're weighing in 2 19-inch trout, no big trout. You're saying?
Correct. It's got to fall in that lower slot, so the 15 to 19.
15 to 19.
And the reason with that is honestly for conservation. Like you said earlier, you don't keep anything bigger because those are the breeding fish.
Oh, yeah.
So there's plenty of other trout out there. And we've got enough trout that falls in that slot limit. The big trout produce those other trout. So
we're doing 15 and 19, 2 of those, and then taking a picture of your biggest red period.
Biggest red.
So for catching your biggest redfish, what is going to be your bait of choice to catch your large redfish out there? Is it going to be a big mud minnow, big pinfish, big piece of cup mullet?
Big mud minnow.
Big mud minnow.
Big minnow.
Nice.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right, guys.
Make sure they use one thing on the measurements. Make sure you're using something good on getting that 19. If you're in a kayak, if you're using a flexible ruler or anything like that, don't come in here with one that's 19 and 16.
And it has to be on a bump board. And then the bump boards get checked the night before. So we'll compare them, we'll check the measurements. Like last year, we had a lot of disqualifications for homemade bump boards where people were gaining several inches.
I can tell you right now, even the factory-made bump boards like that vary drastically.
Yep, absolutely. So now, all right, let's talk real quick, guys. Let's talk about a few. All right, so we got 3 launch sites, right? We've got the end of the road, Pirates Cove, County Ramp. We've got John Brown, and then here at OKM. OKM, St. Martin's River, Head Creek, Fish Creek, P-Pass, end of the road. That's not really my territory. Where would be some quick, easy, accessible spots at the end of the road?
If I went out of end of the road, I'd go straight north.
Straight north.
Straight north. Leaving OKM, I'd go to the right, and John Brown, I'd go to the left.
All right, so let's talk about the end of the road real quick. So again, I don't think I've ever really I've came over here, messed around a little bit, but I really have not fished this area.
If you go about a half mile up past the end of the road ramp, you're going to see a bunch of creeks and stuff that run all the way through.
Gotcha. So
those are more likely going to carry the fish, especially during the winter.
Now,
because they're going to use that as a highway all back and forth through there more than ones at dead end.
What do you look? I mean, do you look for potholes? Let's say you're targeting big reds and it's a really cold day, Gene, and those fish aren't out on the flats. Those you're looking for those fish. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the most protected area from the wind first. And then I'm looking for those deep potholes. And that's why I like that FMT. It's a whole lot better than even Google Earth. I mean, you can start off with where the oyster bars are right off the bat. Find those deep pockets. And if you can find the oyster bars, a deep pocket, and a couple passes that come in and out, to give them places to either get away from the porpoises or get back in their feeding. And those mud minnows are going to be way, way back in the creeks. They're going to be in 10 inches of water.
Gotcha. And Zach, this is one of the things that Zach's really taught to me and hammered in my head is, trout on these rock bars. So with FMT, you can really...
Why'd you have to zoom into that spot?
Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
Here we go, this one right here.
What's that spot?
So anyway, where you see red, that's rock. But, that's kind of something that you can use to target for these trout.
100%.
And the bigger trout are typically on these rock bars.
And right now, when they're in a transition phase from moving in, you can go up like the St. Martin's River, just to pick one, for instance, and see those deep holes that are in the river. And if you start on some of those deep holes, you're going to notice that on the bends, you're going to find the oyster bars and the rocks as well, too, that's going to be warming them. So they're either going to be in those deep holes, moving up onto those warmer areas, or even laying up in those really shallow areas to get warm.
Kind of sunbathing.
Exactly.
Now, John Brown. So let's say we launch from John Brown Ramp. I would say Salt River is kind of the targeted area.
Yes,
here.
there's so many passes and cuts in there and lots of deep holes, and that's one of the places a couple of our mud minnowers go to catch mud minnows. And they give me some tips now and then. So if they're seeing the fish in there, and I know that's the bait they're going after, that's a good place to head into.
I would definitely be playing around right in this area here. So from OKM, it's
2.3 miles. So I would say from John Brown, it's probably just over a mile. So that's definitely doable. So, I mean, that's the nice thing about using the 3 ramps here is, in my opinion, you've got your equal ability to catch quality fish because there's great fishing at all 3 sites. I think John Brown is going to be really targeted for those big redfish, but they're a little further in between than the end of the road or here fishing Fish Creek or Head Creek.
I haven't seen the big trout up in Ozello at the end of the road yet, like they usually get in the winter. Usually in the winter, they get in good spots and they just stay right there.
Gotcha.
And they're just kind of been sparse.
Okay.
The bigger reds have been closer to John Brown, and most of my keeper trout and stuff's been on St. Martin's right now.
All right.
And some, out past Bird Key and that, in the grass flats, there's still some out there.
I keep having a drill in my head that we're not going after a big trout.
Yeah.
We're only going after a 19-inch trout.
And it's got to be something with weight.
I know, but I mean, you can go out there and catch 30 19-inch trout.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean,
I've only been looking for limit fish.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks, so that's
and
what I've kind of been looking for.
We've changed 2 things around the 19-inch max, right? So it's got to fall in a slot. So if it hits 19, then it's over slot. What? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it hits 19, it's over slot. So like
I thought you could keep trout 15 to 19, and you could have one over 19.
Yeah, 15 to 19.
Yeah, so 19's legal.
But if you bring it back and pinch the tail and it goes over that 19
Yeah, if it goes over the 19, it's over.
Yeah.
But if it's 19, it's 19.
Yeah, but if
it's like a gag. That's 24 and okay.
So it cannot go over 19.
Cannot go over 19.
Cannot go over 19.
But it can be 19.
Now, the other thing, so like last year, the trout made the difference. Everyone kept saying, oh, it's about the big redfish, about the big redfish. Last year, it came down to the trout. Somebody with a smaller redfish still won, but it's because they had the good-sized, trout, and they had 2 good-sized trout. They had one, it was like 18 3/4, but it was a big, fat 3, 18, so now the other thing we changed this year is trout is 1 pound to 2 points. So last year it was 1 pound to 1 point. This year it's 1 pound to 2 points. So it really is about the trout, especially now too.
Nice.
So it's going to be a fun turnout. But anything else on, what you all would do to prepare for this tournament?
I'm pretty good. I don't really know much about kayak fishing, so.
And are you fishing it, Zach?
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I'm going to be on Coast Guard going to be out there after. Lost my paddle, drifted out.
My white light's actually orange.
You just got to make sure and have your whistle.
No.
Do we have a secret question yet for the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week?
What color was the whistle that Louie was using?
Oh. You mean that one?
What was the last thing
Just
on
keep
Louie's
everything as
Do we have a
simple as
question?
possible.
Huh? Okay. All right. So I tell you what. Let's make it an easy one, Billy. All right.
Yeah.
What was the last thing on Billy's special love lure? What was the last item that was on Billy's special love lure? So the first 14 people to answer that question correctly.
That love.
Am I eligible?
What is the last item that was on Billy's special love lure? And then the first 14 people to answer that question correctly is going to have the opportunity to compete, the final spot to compete in the Nature Coast Showdown.
Who's going to be number 8 tonight?
Who's going to be number 8? So, all right. That being said, let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, hopefully all 14 people are all filled out. You're on my side.
Thank you. I feel better about this.
All right. All right, so I'm sure that was an easy question to answer. We threw a softball there.
Yep. What's on the end of my love lure?
What is Billy? What is Billy jigging with at the end of his love lure? So
that's painful, Sean.
Now let's talk about the showdown one last time.
Yeah.
The Nature Coast Showdown. So it's co-sponsor or co-hosted. It's you and I, and then Eric and John from We Be Tailin'
At Plantation.
At Plantation. Now you can either watch it live on the Nature Coast Showdown Facebook group.
Yep.
Or you can show up to Plantation.
That's it. Come on down and hang out and watch the festivities.
We'll be down at the pool deck, hanging out, talking. It's going to be a competition. It's going to be a showdown.
Billy will have his love
Looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
So do we have the board filled out, Sean, Bree? How many more? Almost there. Yeah, it's an easy question.
Ooh, you need one of these for the tournament.
We talked about this.
It is.
You must have a bump board. Just, guys, if you're fishing the tournament, do yourself a favor and measure out your bump board before you. That was embarrassing last year.
We had a few of them.
You remember that, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the guy with it looked to be a piece of driftwood with a sticker on it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, this is my bump board. And we're just kind of like, I see that.
Remember,
We have them for sale.
it was in chat, but don't you remember? He's like, oh, wait a minute. And he unpeeled the sticker and moved it back.
Exactly. Wow, that did happen.
Doesn't work like that. The lovely Brana White.
Wow.
All right,
People
Gene, come on
apparently
up
paid
here.
attention to my love lure than expected. Welcome aboard, folks.
Remember, we figure out how to spin it. He's got to stand on the other
Now
side.
I got to stand on the other side to
Yeah,
get the
that
maximum
was the
velocity.
faster
How do we get
side.
the glare out, though?
Billy tilts it forward normally.
There it is.
There it is right
I
there.
got you. I got.
It's still
you got
light.
it.
It's still light.
Well, I know because you have it.
Oh, you got it.
I think the purple's going to be a winner.
All right, so this is the Extreme Decalz. You think purple?
I'm thinking purple.
Yeah, but you got to spin it first.
I'm gonna spin it
Now
straight.
there's two shades of purple.
He's going dark.
I'm going dark, man.
Dark purple?
Yeah, I think the other would be considered a pink.
I'm going yellow.
The fuchsia.
Fuchsia. All right, so
Magenta.
14 names, Gene. Whatever name you land on is going to be the last contestant for the Nature Coast Showdown.
Number
Now,
8.
guys, here's the thing,
a lot of pressure.
and we need to verify this.
Going
So,
with red.
if you did not share this live feed and you get your name landed on, you will not compete. We're going to spin again.
Yeah. Make
right.
sure that you can even be there on the second.
Oh, yeah, and then you have to confirm that you will be. I mean, I would hope if you're going to answer that you will be there. So
What day is this?
You have to be a contestant
December
if you know about the love
2nd,
lure.
Thursday.
I
December
have that day
2nd.
open, by the way.
You have got it open?
I am invited.
Just take the motor off the Ginu.
Yeah, that's going to be our Friday Night Fish Talk this week. So.
I'll do it.
All right, Gene, give it a good spin.
You ready?
Yep. Wait. Oh, never mind. Well, that was a good spin,
I'm
though.
going for red.
Best spin yet.
I'll say light green.
Yellow.
Only because there's 4
I'm
reds.
still going
Big
yellow.
Wheel of Fortune fan.
Come on, red.
Light green, light green, light green, light green.
Yes.
Whoa! Oh, wow.
You got it on the purple?
Wow.
Good
Yeah, and
call.
you got the purple. All right, so
About
that's here's a funny thing. That's Rick's wife, Laura. So
Is Rick on there too, or is it just Laura?
it's just Laura.
Beautiful.
Just Laura. So Laura, if we can get a confirmation that you did share this live feed and also that you're going to be there on December 2nd.
Rick is going to be quizzing
Rick, book your
her
charter now.
and have flashcards.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
they've got the next
competitive.
6 days worked up.
Yeah, they do.
That's awesome.
We're not going to see them at any ramps
Nope. He's going to buy a chalkboard.
because we've got trivia, the casting contest,
There's a
and then
little bit
some
of
other
everything
surprise
involved
ones.
with
Yeah,
this. It's no just,
this is the angler showdown.
that's it.
The
Not just
Nature
a question
Coast.
and you win it.
But I feel like Laura is really the
OMG, Rick.
Well, remember, it was Lucas was telling us today.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I've got one. You know, my dad says he's got one more chance, and
That's
Laura,
awesome.
huh? So, all right. So Laura is Laura confirmed? All right.
Way to be.
Let's put her on. There she is. All right, Laura, we will see you next Thursday at the Plantation Inn.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for watching Friday Night Fish Talk. Captain Gene Miller, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Glad you had me.
And hey, so real quick, if somebody wanted to do some pre-scouting before the tournament, all right, which in my opinion, going with a canoe, the best way to do it, you learn more about fishing, less about paddling.
Absolutely.
So how would they book a trip with you?
CaptainGeneMiller.com.
That's pretty simple.
Miller.com.
And then Louie, Zach, you guys got mud boats, so you can get pretty shallow.
Oh, yeah.
Zach, tried and true outdoor adventures. How would they book with you, sir?
Find me online at ChristRiverFloridaFishing.com.
Christ River, Florida Fishing. And then Captain Louie, you're probably running grouper every single day, so.
I'm booked until January.
All right. He's booked till
see
January.
Louie until the first of the year.
Yep. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you Thursday at the Nature Coast Showdown live at the Plantation Inn of Christ River.